It's always good to get a bit of banter between the lenders and the brokers.
One of their biggest bugbears, biggest issues is obviously the quality of that application, the validation of information with that application, and even all of the supporting documentation coming in with that application. It's fair to say that that creates a lot of the issues from a lender's perspective. Perhaps give us some of your thoughts on that, and what maybe if you are doing things in respect to that to try and improve that within your business.
We are having those meetings, we are having those discussions, and we're trying to figure out what can we do smarter, more efficiently. And it was interesting talking about some of the systems issues. So we've done 10 Kaizen events in brokers' offices in the last year. So for those who don't know what a Kaizen is, I have a Lean Six Sigma qualified black belt going to a broker's office for 5 days, and they turn that business upside down and they measure everything and they work out how they can be more efficient and they put process improvements in. And we've done a dozen one-day lean workshops now. And one of the big takeaways from that, I actually asked Brad Norford, who's been coordinating these, I said, mate, now that you've seen quite a few of these, what's your big insight? And he said, Sam, the more successful the broker, the bigger mess the back office is in.
It's not one-way traffic. You know, there's feedback coming from the industry and from you, or the writers of those deals, to say, these are our thoughts around your policy. We understand you've got these constraints. Have you looked at it another way? And have far more interaction than maybe there currently is at the moment.
Brokers generally have an issue getting all the documentation in up front. And there's a problem there, isn't there? Because if you're waiting on statements to come in that could take 2 weeks to get, do I get that deal in now to get it started? Or do I wait? And if I wait, then it becomes urgent. And so I get all that. We understand those pressures. But we did notice that there seemed to be a fear factor around really driving a process to get that information up front. So do you have a customer engagement letter? If you do, what's it look like? How well is it worded? How well are customers pre-positioned for the need to bring everything up front?
I think if you were a lot clearer about the requirements in terms of when is a deal and not a deal, there's a lot of grey area I experience with lenders, and in terms of the communication from the lenders, it just could be a lot clearer, and if you found that, then you'll find that you'll have less rework from deals that aren't actually deals.
But I don't think you should be encouraging or giving different service levels to brokers based on how much volume they give you. I don't believe in that concept. If you give a consistent level of service to all brokers based on the quality of submission rather than the quality of business, I think that would be a good step for the future.
I mean, I sum up productivity with consistency. So I believe whether you're a lender, you're a broker or an aggregator, you need to constantly look at delivering a consistent service. I guess from a broking point of view, when we look at lenders, you know, turnarounds being 2 or 3 days, and then a few weeks later, all of a sudden they're a week or 8 days.
I know all of us in this room are very aware that, you know, since the GFC, with NCCP and all of that, and commission cuts, we as brokers need to do more and more work to earn the same or less income. So obviously it's in our best interest to try and improve our productivity internally. I think the obvious things like embracing the use of Mercury are things that we can all do, and they're probably things that in our business we may not have embraced as quickly as we could have, and I'm sure we're not using Mercury to anywhere near its maximum capacity, but we're attempting to do that more and more.
Letting go a lot of that $20 per hour stuff to obviously free us up to do more of the sales and activities that we're good at. Some of those things included, you know, putting on a PA, looking at ways of utilising Mercury. Mercury has been fantastic. I think we've taken it to the absolute maximum in terms of auto actions, task templates, so that basically shadowing whoever is in the office that's writing loans can literally pick up a file and take over from wherever it is.
First of all, from the broker's point of view, how to become more productive, I've found what works best, at least in my business, was being able to let go of all the low value activities and that involves the sort of back office processing. Generally, the people that we try to recruit on as brokers are good salespeople, and for whatever reason, they're just not as strong doing the admin side. So once we invested in the back office to get the processes, so you map out the processes and then you get the right people to get involved, then as a broker you can be a lot more productive by spending that time to see more clients or more referrers and what have you.
Little things can save you 30 minutes a day. It means you can go out and see, you know, one more client or whatever. So Mercury is a great tool.